Dobro jutro, ali dober dan, visim, good morning or good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you're watching from. It is match day, and we've got people from all over the world joining us. Last time, I got a chance to say hello, zdravo, from Slovenia, and today I am now back at my house, so I'm going to get a chance to say from Texas in the United States, howdy. So excited to get a chance to break down Tabor and Jesenice. But first, let's meet the team that many of us are unfamiliar with in Jesenice. Jesenice, the football club, are making their return to the second division after a lengthy stay in the third and even the fourth divisions. In 23, they promoted from the fourth into the third and then took just 2 years to promote into the second division. And they're looking to make some waves and stick around, and they're doing a pretty good job to get things started off. They begun the year with Goritza and a 0-0 draw before heading over to Krško and drumming Krško 4-0. After that, they dropped a 3-0 decision to Illyria before tying Dekani 2-2. So they find themselves with 5 points right in the middle of the table early on in the season. And it's a really good start for a team that just got promoted. Definitely not a team to overlook as they score goals in bunches. And they come from a lot of different areas, a lot of different positions as well. So it's going to get an opportunity to test what has become the strength of the Tabor team in the Tabor defense. Jesenice really going to try and test that Tabor wall and see if that wall is going to hold up as it has held up all season long. To this point, 6 games, no goals, and 5 wins. And Tabor's success is starting completely in that back line as, boy, you cannot help but talk about the 2 central defenders, Karun and Nechev right now. 2 large, physical defenders that are doing a great job clearing everything out of the front of the net, making the job for not only Zeriali, but all 3 keepers. That's right, 3 keepers, and all of them have kept clean sheets, making sure that they've got a clear path in front of them. Joining Karun and Nechev on the sides has been Hodzic and Slacic. And boy, these 2 have been fantastic on the outsides, preventing balls in. And so Slacic and Nechev are returners from last year. You can see why they were brought back. But boy, Hodzic and Karun have really done an incredible job solidifying the defense and really making it difficult to even get back to the keeper, much less get some really quality shots on. And no discussion about Tabor's defense can be complete without the defensive midfielder Stanislav Petkov. This guy does it all, as you see him be just as physical in the back line as he is moving forward. The midfield is quickly becoming a strength for Tabor, as not only Petkov, but boy, you talk about some of the newcomers and some of those that have been around for a while making big impacts. Leon Sever is doing a great job in the midfield, controlling the midfield and especially turning the midfield into the attacking third. He's done a great job pushing forward and creating situations himself, scoring a goal earlier on against Ayazola. Not only that, but boy, how about another newcomer in Tariq Chandic, a young guy who is developing very quickly. Here's the thing, his vision has led to a couple of goals on their own. He does a great job spreading the ball around and creating really good situations for other players. He has really done a good job coming into games, adding a spark and creating maybe some different passing lanes that the team's not used to seeing. And on the attacking front, we continue to see Tabor improve and get better literally every single game, as whether it be from the attacking mids to the wingers, to those forwards, the 9s and the 10s, we're really starting to see a lot of quality develop. Boy, it starts with Krasimir Todorov, who is always running. His movement both on and off the ball creates so many problems for defenses, and his defense against defenders in that attacking third makes it really tough for the opponents to get the ball out of their own half cleanly and even begin to try to start something that looks like an offense. Stancic continuing to be steady, wearing that captain's armband this year, is scoring goals, creating problems for defenders, and doing a great job of leading this team as its captain. Federico Rose is coming back to form, and boy, we can all see it. Holding up play in the middle of the field, creating space with his body as he moves down into the attacking third, and really doing an amazing job not only of scoring goals, using his body, using his height and his athleticism, but also doing a great job with his vision, shuttling passes off to other players that put them in great positions as well. And then finally, rounding it off with a couple of the newcomers. We highlighted them 2 weeks ago, and they both played huge roles in the Goritza game, and they've continued to be big on the field for Tabor, is Keenan Carroll and Cuckoo. That's right, the man with one name, Ricard Cuckoo, as both of these guys have done an incredible job after being very recent signings. Carroll running up and down the wing, his speed has created a lot of problem for defenses as the chances that Tabor have started to have around that right side are increasing game after game after game. He's really stretching the field for Tabor. And then Cuckoo is doing an incredible job of finishing. The guy just has a nose for the goal. 2 games, 2 goals already, and going to see a lot more. Now, not going to see that today, though, as he's currently playing a game for Andorra against England in the World Cup qualifiers. So make sure you keep an eye on that. Let's all hope that we see Cuckoo with a big goal scored against England. Wow, we're scoring lots of goals in Slovenia. So the table is looking tight already. And it's odd to think about trying to make sure you keep pace with the leader early in the season, especially when you got 5 wins in 6 games. That's exactly what Tabor's trying to do, as Brynji has 5 victories in 5 games. Boy, they have come out on fire and look like they're trying to create some space already in this year. So they've got one more game played than everybody else as they played yesterday, but an opportunity here for Tabor to potentially gain some points as NAFTA playing against Gorica. Now, Gorica only with 2 points on the season, and so we know that they're probably going to find a little bit of footing. Maybe now's a good time for them to find at least footing for one game and allow Tabor maybe to gain some ground on NAFTA. Bistrica also hanging out in that 10-point range. So looking as this season is starting off, it's going to be a tight race even early on. Maybe it's going to involve these 4 teams. Maybe it will involve 3-4 completely other teams. As long as Tabor is in that top 3 or 4, man, we're all in good shape. So a great game coming up. Jesenice is hot. They're playing well. They're scoring all kinds of goals. But Tabor looking like the team that is ready to try to make that push for promotion. All right, we're going to step away for a little bit. We'll come back soon with the lineups. Let's go Tabor. Well, welcome everybody to another match day for Tabor. It's going to be Tabor versus Jesenice. As you see a little bit of buffering on the screen, as had a little bit of an issue there, but moving along now, you see the teams taking the field. Hey, going to let you know who's on the field for Jesenice. In goal is going to be number 1, Denny Trigani. Number 16, David Stanojevic. Number 2, Ivan Churchovic. Number 19, Miral Samardzic. Number 8, Rakipi. Number 8, Oktay Rakipi. Number 4, Denis Slovacic. Number 7, Albin Amitai. Number 10, Lazar Ikac. Number 20, Sinan Samardzic. Number 5, Armin Talic. Number 13, Anay Kojevic. Boy, is gonna do my best to make sure I get those straight as we go throughout the day. Gonna give you the starting lineup for Tabor. In goal, number 1, Denis Zeriali. In the midfield, Tariq Chendic. Krasimir Todorov, wearing number 7 today. Number 11, Keenan Carroll. Number 19, Adish Hodzic. Number 21, Stanislav Petkov. Number 23, Mihail Brishki. Number 27, Mateusz Medic Slacic. Number 30, Federico Rose. Number 49, Leon Sever. And number 88, Urosh Koron. As team's getting ready. You know, you saw in the pregame, didn't talk about Mihail Brishki, but boy, got to give him some love in the starting lineup today, as Brishki has been consistently in the lineup, whether it be at the beginning of the game or coming in strong at the end of the game. We saw him. He started the first game of the year and then came in strong and replaced a ailing Hodzic. Hodzic was, I think he had some calf cramps in the game against Gorica, and Brishki came in right behind him, did a great job. As going to get a chance to see Mihail Brishki right there in that back line. And that back line that you saw, if you watched the pregame, the Tabor wall that has allowed no goals this season. Boy, a great start for Tabor, is looking to try to keep that rolling here against newly promoted Jesenice. But Jesenice, we've talked about it. As good as Tabor has been in keeping their net clean, Jesenice has done a very good job in the attacking side of things. So looking to try to continue that as they've allowed 5 goals this season, all across 2 games though. Otherwise, they've kept clean nets themselves. So going to step away for just a minute as the teams are preparing to take the field. And we're going to get set here as we're about to start match day in Slovenia. And we're off and running as, boy, this game, a beautiful day in Slovenia. You heard me on the pregame that I'm here in Texas. So it's a beautiful morning in Texas, but a beautiful evening in Slovenia. As get an opportunity here to see a little bit of buffering, trying to figure out the internet issues. It's buffering on the way into me, so we're gonna make sure if we can see if we can get this nice and clean for you guys as we continue to try to bring everybody a really nice viewing experience. has had a had some uniform changes as Jesenice brought their whites with them, had to change into their black and red. You see everybody wearing the same colors, same style jerseys as Jesenice with the black and red. And Tabor wearing their whites with the Barone logo. Hey, stick around at halftime. Got a interview I did with the Barone guys. It was a great time a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, I'm watching myself from a TV doing it away, so I'm going to be giving you guys as many updates on the players as we possibly can. Now with the moving through the back line, just trying to test out and see if they can get their footing early on in this game, just about 90 seconds into this game. Nice pass through Rose. You see Rose trying to use that body, and now a little bit of a foul in the midfield. That's going to be on Brishke against Sinan Samardzic as a fairly dangerous free kick here outside of the Tabor box. You saw Brishke with a little bit of a conversation with the referee, as I think Brishke might have thought that Samardzic went down a little bit easily there. As now just getting set up. I'm going to step away for just a moment, see if I can maybe add a couple of MPEGs here to our stream and see if I can boost it from my end. So I'm going to step away for just a moment, let you enjoy the game. Again, everybody, just try to keep you updated. Man, apologies on some of the buffering, as at times we get really nice and smooth. So trying to make sure it's nothing on my end. Is a little attack here from Jesenice, as Jesenice trying to move down the far side of the field over there in front of that. Well, you see that secondary stand, the home stand is where the home fans enjoy both the stands that are right there at the midfield as well as the ones at the far end. And trying to move the ball in a little bit is Stanijevic. Stanijevic gets the ball towards the middle, but nothing doing, as Zariali is going to pick it up after the nice soft chester back from Brishke. Brishke is going to move the ball down as Slachik looking to move the ball forward down this side. Boy, the sides have been so impressive here on the wings, as both with Stancic and Hojic really doing a lot of running and covering a lot of ground for Tabor. And now a dangerous kick here for Tabor, as looks like Chandic and Todorov are going to be standing over the ball. So Chandic and Todorov looking for a way to maybe curl this ball in. You see everybody getting set up just inside the 18. Keeper standing in the goal. He's wearing, looks like he's wearing all black. He was, I didn't see him for a little bit. Now Todorov's going to run away. Chandich in and back out. Now he goes back in, back of the back post, and a nice job from Trajani to come through, reach up, make that snag out of the air. As boy, we buffer once again. Once again, guys, apologies for the buffering, as looks like it's something that's coming into the computer, trying to work and make sure that I've got enough upload speed right now. So that way we're giving everybody a good viewing experience. As we've got feedback now. Boy, and yet another buffer. I'm really good at talking to everybody, but at some point, hearing me is a little bit boring without the game behind it. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna put a something up on the stream real quick that lets everybody know that I'm stepping away to see if I can do some solving from my end. Give you guys at least a little bit of an opportunity to see the game. We've got the scoreboard's going to stick around with us, and I'll be right back.
Tako je Tala, bravo! Bravo reakcija, okej! Yes! Jasine, Jasine, bravo! Skupa zdaj, okej! Malo Oki, malo vani, izađi s njim, Oki sam si! Reakcija, reakcija, bravo sine, reakcija, ajde! Dođi iza lopte! Lev, penetrate, lev! Digni ga, slabo da ga digni tu na centru. Halo! Halo, glavni! Na karton na Lima! Na karton za tako! Bravo! Mikaj! Ajde malo van, linija, ajde!
All right, seem to have a little bit more stable stream now. As you see, Tabor been on the front foot for a while. Boy, a couple of balls into the box, dangerous looking balls. Just a little bit maybe behind the offensive player or defensive player obviously in the way, as that's their job. Now back and forth in the middle as Sever looking for an opportunity to turn this into a really good attack. Carroll's going to send the ball down to Slotchik. Slotchik looking for a cross, goes with the left foot in, just a little bit low and bounced out by David Staniyevich, as Staniyevich does a good job preventing that, but a corner as Petkov now going to step up for the corner. And we talked about in the pregame, Petkov really good at these set pieces. He's been very dangerous this year, and Tabor continuing to look more and more dangerous on corners as the year has gone on. So Petkov's going to raise both arms, and the ball's going to come into the back post, punched away by Trigani. And boy, a shoulder right to the back, and now ball's going to go all the way back to Zeriali. As you saw, Hojits there ready for it as well, as everybody was set up down for the corner kick. Now Petkov and Slotchik moving the ball back around. Slotchik stumbles a little bit, trying to get around the corner. It's going to be a throw-in to Tabor. So see a little bit of a change as Carroll working down here on this near wing. Carroll's been working on the right wing for the last couple of games that we've seen him. So moving him down here to this left wing now, playing in a little bit more of a forward position with Slotchik running up and down this side. As Chanjic looks for Carroll, and ball's going to be a throw-in to Jesenice. Throwing right down the side. Going to be a foul on Slotchik, so they're going to get a free kick here for Jesenice. Give an opportunity to move the ball down a little bit, see if they can get him down across the midline. For anybody watching, the stream's gotten a little bit choppy. I'm getting a little bit nervous here as we've had about 2 minutes of a really good stream. Again, well, I've been checking things on my end, and it's the incoming stream that I'm trying to send back out to you. The incoming stream, a little bit funky, as sometimes I experienced that last couple weeks ago in Slovenia. So we're just going to continue to work on this, and as this is certainly something that I think we all enjoy doing on a good Saturday morning or afternoon, wherever you are. This Tabor now going to try to move the ball down the field a little bit. You see Sever is going to run underneath, helped out by Carroll. He's going to go all the way across Rose and Todorov in the middle there. Todorov flicks it across to Carroll. Boy, just a little bit of a bounce, unfortunately, bounces away. And ball's going to go the other way until Petkov with a nice read. Excuse me, that was Brishki. Brishki with a nice read. Sever now. Sever's going to unleash a ball from outside just at the post. Oh, my goodness, what a save by Trigani. Well, we had a great angle of it from where we were sitting. I just knew that ball was going to catch that post, bounce right back across. But Trigani does a good job knocking it away. My goodness, what a strike from Sever. Sever's done a really good job lately finding those areas. So going to be a throw-in. Trying to move right down, and it's going to be a corner, so a nice earned corner. As you saw Chandic make the run in, the throw comes to him as he's running across, tries to get the ball across, bounces off of a Jesenice defender. Petkov will once again head in for the corner. Hojic and Brishki going to be the deep men. Sever runs in for a short corner. Draws at least one defender out. Corner's going to come in, goes way deep to the back, and it's going to be headed out the other side for a throw-in. As Petkov spending some time in the weight room, really sending that bar a little too far. And Slotchik, you can see the flag blowing just a little bit, so a little bit of wind blowing across the field. Pretty good crowd showing up behind the stands, or behind the goal, as you can see. Sever across to Chandic. Chandic going to move the ball even further to Hojic. Hojic with one deke. He comes back with the left foot and chips it. Now the ball rolling around in front, and boy, is Trigani able to corral it after the ball rolls around. Now a little bit of a conversation in the goal, as I believe you see Euros Caron coming in. That's a large man that I think with a lot of experience. I believe that might have been Rose that you saw, and that's what happens. A really nice ball in from Hojic, and it dipped right at the last second. Trigani unable to catch it cleanly, and the ball rolls away, and that's some of those things that you see. And one of the things that Tabor has done really well lately is that they close down, and keepers, if they don't field that ball cleanly, it rolls away and has an opportunity for some goals. We've seen Rose. Rose has been really good cleaning up kind of the trash around the area that's not been picked up by keepers. And I think that might have been Rose. Rose goes in. Obviously, in the sport of football, you got to go in with your foot. And when you got a keeper going down with his hands and you go in with your foot, sometimes that's what happens, unfortunately. Dealt well by the referee, it appears, as understands. That's just one of the, well, now he's calling somebody over. Boy, as it looks like okay, so Rose is going to get a yellow card. We're also going to get a yellow card on Jesenice. And then a yellow card for Karun. Boy, so I was 3 yellows, and I don't know if there's more, as you know, the Veo cam is going to follow the ball, and so it's kind of searching for movement right now. But it appears that 3 yellow cards for Rose, and Rose was trying to figure out what he did. I think Rose was on the ground the whole time with the ball rolling around.
Why they get one, we get two? Why?
And you can, I believe you can hear Rado right now. Rado asking, why did we get 2? As Karun came in as, boy, one of the leaders of this team. He's had a great career. 38 years old. He's kind of the elder statesman on this team. Still playing at a very high level, though. And, you know, maybe a little bit of a break that was needed for Jesenice. I know the stream for a while had been kind of funky. But, boy, as, you know, you've seen recently in about the last 10 minutes, the ball has not crossed the midline but once. And we talked about it in pregame. If you get a chance, I'll repost the pregame. We talked about it in pregame is that Tabor, one of the things that's really been developing for Tabor is the control of the midfield. I think last year when they were having the great streak in the middle of the year, you saw the control in the midfield. And that went down with a couple of injuries, unfortunately, as the year went on. Maybe one of the reasons why they couldn't quite finish off promotion last year. But now we're starting to see that again. Sever has done a great job. Chandich, boy, you know, Chandich is continuing to find amazing passes. I grow more and more impressed with Chandich. Knowing he's just a young guy, has a nice mix of the growing strength and the elder strength for Tabor. They're doing a good job mixing it. As now Jesenice trying to mount a little bit of a comeback here. But quickly, there's the midfield. Trying to find Rose up the middle. Rose is going to be just short as Tregani's going to come out. Tregani's done a good job this game. Tregani coming out and being decisive in his actions. And, boy, even after taking a pounding from Rose in about 3 minutes ago, comes out with Rose bearing down on him. Rose is a big man. You know, I know when he's standing on the field next to all these central defenders, he looks the same size. He is a big man that I got a chance to interview and physically imposing. So running into Rose, not exactly something that I think would be the most enjoyable thing in the world. But Tregani does a good job nonetheless clearing that away, as the throw is going to come right in front of that concrete wall, get sent right back the other direction. And Tabor controls the ball once again. Brishke going to send it back to Zeriali, maybe just to make sure that Zeriali's awake at this point. Hojic to Brishke. They're going to move it around a little bit as Corona's inverted. He's a little bit higher up. And now a runner through. Sever with the control. Going to bring it back across. Goes with the right foot, looking for the far corner. Boy, as it looked like maybe, I couldn't tell if that was Rose or Todorov, but running from the corner into the middle of the box, and he was looking for them to go to the back of the post. Boy, a nice attack, though, and we're seeing continued attacks from Tabor as Jesenice now running up the far side. Tries to get the ball across. Brishke right in the middle there. Brishke going to send it out, start the attack again. Hojic on to Todorov. Boy, Hojic to Todorov. There's a lot of speed and work rate on that side. And here's Karun. Karun comes from behind and makes the steal. Saved by Slachik. And Slachik, boy, Slachik's going to go down hard as that ball goes right in between. And the throw is kind of a two-footed slide in. No intent there, but not a great. He looked like he just started sliding and just kept sliding. I think that's one of those issues. Sometimes you lose your balance the further that you slide. So the foul and the free kick to Tabor, and often started again. Now on the far side, trying to see if they can get down the right side. A lot of joy on the left side for Tabor early on in this game, as most of the solid attacks have come from the right side. But Hojic been getting more involved. Boy, an errant pass there. Chandich just past Chandich. Now going to send it up as on the run. There's Hojic. Hojic looking to send the ball across. Nice ball in. Carroll tries to get in the way, boy, and Carroll, best he can do is just give it a hip as is a little bit behind him. He was trying to get that foot up. All he could get was a hip, and the ball rolls in front of Trigani. But another attack, and one of the nice things, seeing a lot of attacks starting off from Hojic. I think the teams have really been stacking that side, trying to prevent Hojic from getting too far forward, and Hojic pairing with Karun, trying to make sure that the backside is safe. You know, we talk about that Tabor wall on that back line. They've done such a good job. Now, though, maybe starting to see Hojic get forward a little bit, use his speed and his creativity. An errant pass, and Petkov's going to go down. So numbers forward here for Jesenice, and a great job by, as if he knew we were talking about him, Hojic. Hojic comes forward, and starting to see Hojic and Karun with the wisdom and the ability to see what's happening in front of him. As ball moving forward now, Todorov on the far side, going to send the ball in, sends it across, and just a little too far for Carroll. Boy, as some of the most dangerous crosses in this game have been, 2 yards too far if they're just a little bit shorter. But still trying to find a little bit of a rhythm here in the crosses, but still really dangerous for Tabor. Now the throw-in. As Carroll continue to try to be pesky. Tabor with some really nice pesky forward players in terms of as teams are trying to get it out of their own end. Todorov and Carroll and Rose in that. Stancic really do a good job pressing forward. As Stancic not in the starting lineup for this game, but you're probably going to wind up seeing him as they're going to continue to put a lot of pressure on, as Tabor's depth have really increased this season. Hojic now looking to move the ball forward, gets rejected as, a nice play at the top. Couldn't tell who that is. If he'll turn around, I'll give you a number. Wow, that's a tough number to see right now with a little bit of the fuzzy picture. So, but a nice play to prevent the ball from going forward further to Hojic, but he couldn't control it. And so the throw in, but now ball bounced around a little bit here in midfield. Jesenice with a little bit of an attack. We talked about Jesenice's ability to score goals. Boy, as that was close. Nice job by Karun to flick that ball away. Jesenice had a runner through, as there's a Jesenice player down in the middle of the field. They're going to kick it out and that's a dangerous looking injury, as that ball, as it was flicked up and over, saw the Jesenice player try to put his foot in the ground and go the other direction. Not calling, they are calling for the physio now. They weren't calling for him immediately. So hopefully a good sign that maybe it's just a little bit of maybe a cramp or a twist, but hopefully nothing too serious, as you see Tabor going to take this moment to get a little bit of rehydration. Beautiful day in Jesenice, Slovenia. In case you're wondering, yes, I absolutely do wish I was there. If anybody would like to pay for my early retirement to head out to Jesenice and just call games full time, I'll take you up on it right now. It's a beautiful town. If you haven't been there, would love for, I would recommend that you go and get a chance to see it, get a chance to meet the team and meet the guys, as just a great group of men. And coming off, so a little bit of a conversation here with the official. Just going to let him know and move off a little bit, as getting some water, moving okay, though. So glad to see that. Never want to see an injury. A little bit of a, and holding his side, those oblique injuries can really be dangerous. So not sure if maybe there was a collision that we didn't see on the backside. The ball's going to go through. They're going to kick it down to, Tabor's going to give it back to Jesenice and give it back to him for a throw-in, as Jesenice getting the ball from the ball boy. A lot of the Tabor club players, the youth club players in their academy are the ball boys. Had a chance to work with a couple of them in our stream the other day when I was up there for Goritza. So ball moving forward. Todorov sends the ball in. Now across to Rose. Rose trying to get in. Just barely walled off. Todorov dropped it off to, couldn't tell if that was Chandic, Petkov maybe, but ball throwing across and really trying to put a lot of pressure on, making it difficult to get out of the back end. As a nice job, nice one touch. Carroll's going to run it down. The Carroll with a ton of speed. Runs down the ball from behind. Now a three-man game, trying to find some space 3-on-2. As a good job from Albin Amatai. Amatai, though, is going to lose the ball. Petkov comes forward. Petkov goes down hard. Boys, that was trying to win the ball in the attacking third for Jesenice. Petkov's going to go down hard, coming all the way through that ball. They're going to move it, tried to take it quickly, but they're going to move it back here as the official was checking on Petkov. And Petkov with just a little bit of a limp. Boy, he has taken some knocks this season. Gone down hard a couple of times. Slotchik's going to win the throw-in as he tries to go forward. Boy, and looks like actually Amatai may have taken the brunt of that. Not sure if it hit him on the ankle, on the knee, a quad, but he's limping around pretty good. So Slotchik's going to send the ball to Karun, as Karun now looking to move the ball forward. Todorov in the middle, nice touch. Keeps it right at his feet. Todorov, player running in behind. Petkov runs in the middle. Boy, and a nice job, but Petkov just couldn't quite get much on it. As a nice ball right to the corner, dangerous ball. I think maybe a little bit out of his reach, as you saw that it was a good strike, but not real hard. I think a little bit more pace, and he might have been trying to get that ball in the air a little bit, keep it away from the keeper who was down near the ground. But we move on now as a throw-in here for Jesenice. Jesenice trying to get a turn. Boy, Carroll working physically right there. Does a good job to win it. Rose is going to earn the foul, as Rose using his body. That was going to be Miro Samardzic. Samardzic grabs and pulls back, as we're going to get a yellow. Tabor trying to play quickly, as a lot of their defenders were actually up near, and a yellow is going to be earned for, boy, if you'll forgive me if I can see his number. Is that going to be number 20? So Sinan Samardzic. So Samardzic is going to get a yellow as he steps in for the delay. Brishke stands over the ball, as looks like Tabor have sent everybody forward. Wonder if Brishke's going to try and send a long ball forward here. He's got Karun next to him, running in as Chandic, but they're going to turn around and send it back to Zeriali. Zeriali hadn't had a ton to do in this half, 35 minutes into the game. Zeriali's going to send it back to Brishke. Brishke looking to try to send the ball forward. Nothing yet, though, as he's going to curl the ball around to Karun, and Karun now trying to start things down the right side. A little bit higher press here, as everything getting a little bit compacted. Jesenice holding their shape well, as Tabor just looking for an opportunity to try to move something through the middle, maybe around the side. Jesenice doing a good job protecting against the side, having to back out now. Back is Tabor. Jesenice have done a good job here, at least in the last couple of minutes, as they've really protected the side of the field and the touch line. Down all the way down to Todorov. Todorov's going to try to, boy, nice touch from Todorov. Todorov goes across, earns a corner. Boy, really nice job from Todorov. The first touch was incredible. That long ball in, Todorov brought it right down to his feet. And a corner is earned, and a Jesenice player down in the box. Still down in the box. Well, we've seen the physical battles that Tabor has had. Jesenice, boy, and that's a painful, maybe, honestly, maybe as Todorov was coming through on the kick, maybe the bottom part of the boot caught the top of his foot. So I can tell you, those studs that are on the boots of a football cleat, not fun to get hit with. Carroll now with an opportunity. Carroll back out to Petkov. Petkov sends the ball in quickly. Boy, a nice shot is headed away. And Sever now with the left foot. Sever just outside the post. Oh, man, actually maybe saved her off the post. Boy, as a great job from Sever after a misplay in the box by a Jesenice defender. Boy, and a foul against Tabor. Another dangerous looking ball forward. My goodness. My Tabor, you can just feel it, and you feel it in all of these games. The attack has been so good, and they get some really great shots and have some good opportunities. Trigani having a great game right now, the keeper for Jesenice. As Trigani just going to send the ball forward. And it's going to go all the way to Zeriali. Going to get offside, though, so offside, and Tabor is going to get it started very quickly. Slachik moving the ball forward. Ball through to Rose. Rose is going to take an elbow, and boy, Rose is down as they say no foul. Boy, Rose is hurting. They say no foul here. Rose battling, trying to get down. The official, and now a Jesenice player down in the box. Boy, maybe feeling a little sympathy pains for Rose. Rose goes down after getting hit in the face, and the Jesenice player goes down right at the same time. That looks like that's probably the Jesenice player that was down earlier. He was really limping hard. As the official now informing him to move off the field. Sounds like we may have a substitution. Boy, that is an ugly limp. Hope he's going to be okay. So sounds like we've got a substitution. I'll do my best to see if I can get it. I'm seeing the same view that you guys are. Coming on is number 17. So let me look through my roster real quick, figure out who that is. Number 17 is going to be Stefan Krichkovic. Stefan Krichkovic now in the game. Boy, I had to take a look at that name for a little bit, make sure I got that correct. This ball moves down to the corner of Tabor. Karun's going to run it down, going to turn the ball around the other way. So Krichkovic comes on for Jesenice in an early sub because of the injury. Todorov with another nice stop. Todorov with a great touch. Trying to get in there for Slachik. Boy, went with a little bit of the right foot, the outside of the boot. Just barely run down. Oh, boy, we're going to get a card now as Carroll is going to get a card. So a lot of cards coming out in this game. You wonder what type of impact that's going to have as this game moves forward, especially with Carroll and Rose. A couple of guys that are always right in the middle of it. Karun now with a yellow card as well. See how this plays out as the game continues to go on. As 2 cards now for Jesenice, 1 card, or excuse me, 3 cards for Tabor. Right now, the official may have to ice his arm at halftime. Header across as ball's going to be won by Tabor. Last touch by Jesenice, and Slachik with the throw-in. Slachik kind of directing traffic. He's going to bring it back to Brishki, who's going to go across to Karun. See if they can start the attack here from the right side. A little bit of not a heavy press up front, but they are making sure they're keeping somebody in front of these centers, these central defenders. So they don't just have a free reign to throw the ball forward. Nice touch. Adis Hodzic on the run. Boy, you saw the speed. Brings the ball down to his feet. You can see Trigani is celebrating with one of his defenders. Boy, and a push. Who is that with the push? So Trigani was celebrating with one of his defenders. Might have been... Boy, was that Hodzic. Came in trying to get the ball as time running out here in the first half. Is this game getting a little bit chippy here? Petkov's going to set up. Petkov sends it in. Dangerous looking ball. And Trigani is going to fall on it as look like taken off of the chest of one of the Jesenice players and rolls over towards Trigani. The ball's going to be booted way out as Karun goes down. Karun goes down after a foul, so they're going to bring the ball back. So having a conversation here. This game, it's going to be interesting to see how decisions at halftime go. Game getting a little bit chippy. Well, excuse me, I thought they were going to call a foul. They still had a conversation. The official pointed over to Karun in the spot and then had a conversation with the Jesenice player, but we're going to leave it as a throw-in. So Hojic with the throw-in. Rose trying to corral on the outside, and everybody goes down. Rose and the defender that was on top of him. As Karun is going to slow things down, take it over, move it down to Brishke. Brishke's got Slotchik down on the near side. He's going to do just that. Well, you can see the changes that Jesenice have made, trying to make sure that Tabor doesn't have free reign of the touch lines and just able to run up and down. Slotchik and Hojic were having their way earlier in the game. Jesenice have spread out a little bit, trying to jump on those balls a little bit quicker now, forcing things to go through the middle. Ball down the far side to Hojic. Hojic getting walled off as he actually does a good job. Boy, takes the ball away from the defender, trying to wall him off. And now moving the ball through the middle, Chandic with the pass to Slotchik. Slotchik comes back across the middle. He's going to drop it off to Sever. Sever back to Chandic, just trying to find a space, looking for a runner through. And just a little light on the touch as run down by Jesenice. Couldn't really tell what happened there. It looked like potentially Slotchik was waiting for the throw, and then a Jesenice player stepped in before the ball could go. I couldn't really tell, as now the ball's going to come all the way back here. Oh, just a errant ball, and so then a ball in from the ball boy. So Jesenice going to send the ball away. Boy, as 44 minutes here, probably going to get a little bit of stoppage time for several of the injuries and the confrontations that we've had. But my goodness, is Jesenice, if Jesenice can get out of the first half without giving up a goal, definitely going to feel lucky. As Tabor has been all over the goal and had some great looking shots, just can't quite put the ball in the back of the net yet. Throw in from Stanijevic. As he's going to go far down the side, tries to control it. Boy, and a nice turn coming in the middle and rejected for a offside. So going to be offside, as I believe that was Kujovic. Kujovic with a nice turn. Maybe the turn was so good because he was offsides, I guess. Dangerous looking ball there, though, as Hojic now trying to move the ball forward, run down. And Karun to Brishke. Slotchik looks like he might take off on a run. Boy, knocked down. Good job. As Brishke tries to get the ball forward, and the ball was knocked down by one of the Jesenice players, who did a great job, as Slotchik was off and running. Slotchik can really run with that left foot of his. He was about to get a really nice ball into the box. So we're going to have another throw in here for Jesenice. We're now into stoppage time as 45 minutes have gone. So now we're just dependent on the official's whistle. Chandic is going to head the ball over to the Tabor bench. We'll have another throw in, as Stanijevic steps in for another throw. The ball at his feet, and they're just going to drop it back. Jesenice just looking to try to move the ball around, maintain possession here for a little bit, as Todorov coming up. Todorov trying to take a ball away. And boy, how about a yellow there as he just goes, grabs him and goes down. Rose, though, trying to get a through ball to Carroll. Boy, is he going to come back and give a foul? I guess they were playing the, boy, as that's a tough ball as Chandich was being grabbed around the waist, Sever was being grabbed around the waist, and then eventually just gets effectively tackled. But we move on. So it looks like they played, they played advantage. But the amazing thing is I thought maybe they would come back because of the professional foul and go ahead and give the yellow, which they did not. So a throw in here. Slachik just sending everybody forward here as he's just going to try and get it way down there. And that's going to be the half. 0-0 is the score. Boy, even though it's 0-0, the entire first half dominated by Tabor as, boy, Tabor are going to go in and obviously make some adjustments, but you wonder, at some point you just need the ball to find the back of the net. Trigani having a great game to this point. He has made some amazing saves, keeping his net clean. Zariali hadn't had a ton to do. Hey, we're going to step away for halftime. Got a conversation that we had with the gentleman from Barone. Barone, you see him on the front of the kits that Tabor are wearing today. Had a chance to catch up with them when I was down. They were in for the game against Gorica as well. So enjoy. Hey, we'll be back after half.
Prvi polčas prvenstvene nogometne tekme med ekipama Tabor Jesenice, nič protiv nič.
So as most of you know, 2 weeks ago, I had a chance to go out to Sejana and watch them take on Gorica as, boy, they took a massive victory late in the game under the lights. What a wild, amazing atmosphere. Among all the great things I got to do when I was there, I had the chance to talk to the guys from Barone Capital. You've seen them on the kits. Now you get a chance to hear from them as I got a chance to interview and just talk to them about why did they choose Tabor? What is it they're looking to bring to Tabor and benefit Tabor, Sejana, the area, and the entire community of Tabor supporters. So, got to spend some time with them. Now I'm going to bring you in on that conversation. Following this, we'll be right back for the second half. Let's go Tabor.
Who we are, one thing I just introduced myself, Jeremiah BS. We're in front of your camera because we did an investment in NK Tabor. The long story short, we kind of just looked at opportunities before us, before on our desk, and we figured this was one of the best opportunities for us to be able to inject ourselves into the community for business opportunity, but also for personal commitment and relationship building.
So what is Barone Capital?
Barone Capital, good question. Well, Barone Capital is Jeremiah Bigesh, Fabian Stone, Alex Stone, anyone that aligns with our vision, our leadership, our mission, and our directive. Our mission is obviously community, investing in the community, investing in the people. I know I can speak for myself saying that. Fabian likes to add on to the mission.
Nah, I mean, that's exactly right. That's what we do. We like to invest in relationships. We like to build with people, build within our network. So we felt like when we saw the opportunity with NK Tabor was to come and put that together with our philosophies, the club philosophies, put that together and walk in stride.
What stood out for Cesana for us is the community. We did research on the community. We did research on the team, right? We saw the history of the team. And then we looked at the community surrounding the team and realized that, okay, what can we bring to this community to get them back passionate, get them back involved in something that has such an amazing history, historical story behind it. The monetary part of it was secondary, but then we reached out to some of the people on the offering. We had outside conversations, right? We kind of took it off the platform and told them, like, listen, we understand what you guys are trying to do on the platform, but this is what we're trying to do with you guys. We're trying to partner. We're not trying to come in and raise valuations and get a big payout. We're trying to be alongside you for the long haul because we see the vision, not for just the community and the team, but putting them together. I think will be a beneficial thing for Cesana moving forward for the future. So that's what stood out for all the other opportunities outside of the monetary opportunity.
I think ultimately it comes down to making meaningful contributions. I know from my journey individually and the people that I've had around me, it takes a village. And that's a cliche phrase, but when it comes down to each of us wanting to put our best foot forward as a collective, I think that we can bring a lot of value to this organization in terms of making a meaningful contribution that's going to promote and foster that long-term growth and that long-term sustainability. Creating that community, but also that engagement, I think comes from emphasizing relationships. It comes from knowing a solid relationship and understanding your input and what that output can be to make a greater impact for other people beyond yourself. That's right. And piggybacking off of what Jeremiah said earlier, he used the phrase partnership. And that's truly what we're looking to do here is partnership, build that community, taking a great town like we're in right now, but building an actual global community. And that's kind of what we want to contribute to this organization. Absolutely. Well, first we got to start from within, right? So let's build this stadium. Let's pack it out. Let's have some passionate people that really live and breathe NK Tabor as a club. Not only that, let's proudly wear the merch. Outside of that, and talking about Tabor and intertwining that with the community, let's honor as an organization, let's honor some of these local businesses and some of the people that actually make this community as great as it is. So once we start doing that captures our local audience, and then we want to move on and go regionally, and from regionally, then we move on and go globally. So we just spiral out.
I think, and to piggyback on Fabian, I think one of the most exciting things for me that I want to see, just manifest itself is memories, right? Mm-hmm. I want to hear the stories 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Hey, me and my dad and my mom and my little sister, every Saturday we went to the game under the lights, right, at Tabor. The kids are part of the academy. Like, I just want to see those memories come to fruition and manifest by us putting into the community. Because the community, after all, the community is what's going to make this team, right? I know we can have our fans online, we can have global fans, but you have the surrounding areas right here. If they're not putting into us, then what's the point, right? I don't see the point of that. So one of the things I smile about a lot is thinking about that, seeing a little girl, little boy, brothers, sisters, fathers, families, like just in town. We have the festival, and I saw families walking together, right? Multiple people with baby strollers, right? And just going down to the festival. I would love to see that translate into Tabor, and Tabor pour right back into them. I think that's going to be a beautiful sight to see in 2 or 3 years. Hopefully we're here for that. Yeah.
That's right. And us being American, we're big into college football. So bringing that sort of energy that we have with college football and our allegiance to those universities, bringing that same type of passion here. And we would love to see that from these teams. Being that we're so close to the border of Italy, they have that passion, and we want to see that translate over here. That's absolutely right. And we really appreciate the history. We appreciate what those have done to pave the way to supplement this evolution that we're involved in here. And I think ultimately what it means to the people and what it means to us is to take this thing as high as possible. That's right. Well, here's the thing. How does Kobe Bryant become such a huge star in China? The same way, you just get people to buy into what this is. So it starts with the merchandise. It starts with understanding and learning some of the players. So we're doing a lot of player interviews. So as we put those out online, there are personal connections where I look at a player and say, you know what? I didn't know he's from the same town I'm from. That's already right there. That's my favorite player on the team. Or he likes the same thing that I like. So as I learn the players, and I'm talking, when I say me, I'm referring to our global community, that we are buying into the player. So then that helps create that bridge. When we have the merch, like I said, I'm proudly wearing this club. And as people see it, they're going to question, who is NK Tabor, when you're walking through the airport with a Tabor hoodie on? That helps generate those conversations. And then, of course, we have somebody great such as Kyle, who's doing the live streaming and the commentary on the game. So guess what? Not only did I buy the merch, I bought into some of the players that I learned online, but now I'm watching the games every match that they have. And I think that's how you start building the global community that way.
Okay, I'll take that real quick. And not to downplay, right? Because we understand it's a business at the end of the day, and we have some, recurrent players, and some players, unfortunately, we had to change this going into the 25-26 season. What I'm impressed with seeing the new team and what the guys are doing now, obviously with the new additions we have, I see better decision making, and I see a lot more passion, All right, so they're practicing, and for the new games, they have better decision making. I see a lot of more aggression and passion, which is something you can't teach. So that means there's something going on organizationally that even the players now are starting to buy into. So that's also very exciting.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, there was some very key off-season additions that we made to the team, not only with players. I guess big shout out to the new strength and conditioning coach. We can definitely see players were visibly they have bulked up. There's a little bit more energy as far as them running up and down the field. We're watching not so much downtime in practice, but they're actually the whole practice they're being more active. So looking at the last game, we were attacking the goal a lot more than we saw last year. So I think those additions in the offseason and some of the changes that the organization made is translating to the field and during the matches. It's a breath of fresh air. It's new. It's exciting. First game under the lights. I mean, who doesn't love coming out? Nice weather. It's cooler. It's not so hot. The sun is beating on us right now, but it's going to be a lot cooler. It's nighttime. Everybody loves playing under the lights. I don't care what sport this is. So the fact that we're in a beautiful city such as this, a beautiful backdrop with the mountains, under the lights,
no brainer.
Plus we have we have pre-game festivities. We're gonna have post-game festivities after we win. We made a friendly wager with the mayor. We said 3-1. It was gonna be the score. So let's go ahead and stamp that now.
Yeah,
and looks like that's what it's gonna be.
Awesome. All right. So as far as I'm concerned, anything you guys are just dying to say that I didn't ask you, or anything you wanted to talk about?
Good question. Tabor. That's what I got.
Yeah. I guess if I'm gonna leave with any words, I just want to make a statement to the local community and the regional community that get involved. Let's turn this organization into what it needs to be. Let's get the crowd participation that we need to have, and get with it now before you have to become a bandwagon fan later.
Love that. We're all excited. Super excited to see what the team does. The growth, the energy's always been here, and I think it just really needed that uplifting spirit to really invigorate the passion that these players and the staff and the community brings. So I'm just really excited to see what the team achieves. It's only up from here.
There we go.
Za ugrevanje, kam gre? toga. Bravo, Kujo. Jesenice, zatvori sredinu. Bravo, Tigi.
Back underway, and boy, come back just as an unfortunate shot sails over the bar. Boys, that was Adis Hodzic. Boy, Hodzic disappointed with that, as it looked like he had an opportunity. Boy, apologies for the craziness of the clock. If you saw that, I was having to make an adjustment on the clock, as a lot of crazy stuff was happening in the game itself. But we move on now here into half number 2. No changes for the Tabor side and no changes for the Jesenice side either. Boy, another chance to come forward as Todorov to Rose. Boy, Rose just misses. Oh my goodness, as 2 opportunities for goals early on in the second half. Boy, unfortunate misses, but you see the aggressiveness for Tabor already. You know, the halftime keys was Tabor's just got to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. They've controlled this game in every way. They've just got to find a way to get into the net. They almost have done that a couple of times already. For Jesenice, they've just got to kind of weather the storm, especially early on, and see if they can find a way to have a moment of brilliance. But boy, as threatening already, and a ball off of, boy, Todorov trying to slip a ball into Rose as he's running behind. And a ball sent all the way back to the Tabor half. Boy, just trying to recover from those 2 disappointments. I think there's been about 6 times this match already that I have begun to celebrate a goal right as it was taken away from me. And you can see, boy, more disappointment on the last 2 misses from Tabor than any of the others. So you can kind of tell that they really thought those should have been goals as well. Moving through, nice defense on the far side. Boy, I believe that was Samardzic. Samardzic does a good job preventing the ball down the side as Tabor trying to get through the edges here. Todorov trying to win a ball back, loses it early. Boy, and here comes Jesenice. Jesenice, though, closed down. Really good job by Karun. Karun decides, instead of giving ground, decides to attack the ball. Does a great job preventing a breakaway. And just a couple of off passes here. Looks like Tabor maybe just needs to take a breath, recover from a little bit of disappointment on the last 2 goals. Or excuse me, the last 2 attempts on goal, as now the pass is not seeming quite as crisp. So going to try and find a way to move through here. Rose trying to flick a ball across, and coming out is Trigani. Trigani gets things started off quickly here. This has been a fast start to the second half, just about 3.5 minutes in. And a lot of action, especially down on the Jesenice side of the field, the attacking side for Tabor. Chandic going to move the ball to the near side of the field. Here comes Hodzic. Hodzic now looking, he's going to move the ball back towards the middle. Chandic's going to send the ball to Sever, as Sever's going to stop, come back, gives himself a little bit of space. Rose in the middle. Rose looking for a turn outside to Todorov. Todorov's got some room to work here. Todorov looks up, flicks it in, back post, headed off, but going to go right off the foot of, I believe there's Samardzic once again. Another dangerous-looking effort, as just a little bit far. I think that the header was going to be really tough to bring back into the post. I think it was far enough where it was just going to be tough to get it back towards the post with enough juice to actually get in. Maybe was looking for an opportunity to find Rose again in the middle, and so I think that might have been Carroll on the back post. Go Carroll back to Rose. We'll never know exactly what the attempt was there. Now Carroll coming down. He's going to go quickly towards the middle of the field. Rose bounces the ball back out. Boy, Rose trying to use that big body and wall off. They are all over him in the middle, though. Karun does a good job stepping in once again. A nice job on Jesenice, looking for the attack, as now going to get, boy, going down hard as Tabor trying to turn the corner. Boy, is that Hojic? Boy, trying to turn the corner and gets absolutely run through. As Karun, yeah, that's Hojic. Hojic took a shot to the side. And so Karun back there checking on him, and boy, it looks like everybody's retreating. Are they going to say that that's a kick to? Boy, they're going to say it's a foul on Hojic, and they're going to give the free kick to Jesenice. Boy, I guess I must have misseen that. I thought that Hojic was in control of the ball. Apparently, they're saying that his was the challenge. So for Jesenice, Oktay Rakipi is going to send the ball in, sends the ball to the far back post. Coming in, though, is Dennis Zariali. Zariali with some meaningful action early on here in this second half as he's trying to get into the swing of things himself. And now moving forward, Rose one-on-one with the defender, trying to work through is, boy, just taken away. I believe, boy, that might have been Petkov, I think, that had the ball trying to come to his feet. As a throw-in for Hojic. Boy, and played from the ground. Kind of a sneak attack as he was laying down, trying to draw the foul, and then just kind of hopped up. Sever onto Todorov. Todorov in a foot race. Nice job for Todorov. Todorov gets it across. And Chandic, boy, they're going to call, oh no, they're going to call a foul right in the middle. Oh my goodness, as Chandic comes in, puts the ball in the back of the net. And who is that they're called the foul on? Oh my goodness, as Trigani got out and got a hand on it. So now we're going to have a conversation with Rado. Boy, that is really unfortunate, as he's going to go to his pocket. He's going to give a yellow to the bench. I believe in Rado because Trigani goes over, gets his hand on it. I guess they're going to say that they made contact. Whoever that was right next to the keeper made contact. So they're going to blow it dead because the ball just, there was nobody there. Trigani, all he could do was just put a paw on it and roll it away. Falls right to Chandic in the middle, who easily puts it in the back of the net. Boy, that is disappointing and unfortunate. And honestly, I couldn't tell who that was that they call the foul on. So we move down and we have a throw-in now for Jesenice. So Tabor is really having to battle a lot of disappointment. 7 minutes in, 3 really great opportunities at goal, all for naught, as 2 misses and 1 a foul called before the ball can go into the back of the net. So Carroll trying to get around the corner. And again, boy, Jesenice have done a really good job preventing the corners, the wingers from getting around the corners, as they have maybe they've backed off a little bit. They're really pushing balls out into touch. Every time that something goes close, Rose with a turn. Rose is going to pull it back. He's going to maintain possession here, looking for an opportunity, and then another throw for Tabor. Jesenice have really done a good job since about 25 to 30 minutes into that first half, not allowing Tabor to get around the corner. Maybe the speed of Tabor kind of surprised Jesenice right at first. Jesenice trying to press high. Going to be another throw in here to Tabor. Is a little bit of a slow moment after about 7 minutes of nothing but action. Chandic. Boy, Hojic trying to make a run, unhappy that he doesn't get the ball. Now Karun's going to send it down to Hojic. Hojic looking to take on the defender, gets it around him. Nice little cheeky move around the defender. Comes back in. Out to Chandic. Chandic going to go left foot to the goal as the ball. Boy, another save by Trigani, as Trigani does a good job getting over there. Chandic with the left foot, maybe not a clean strike. Did a good job, and Trigani gets over, knocks the ball down, picks it up. As Karun's going to go back to Zariali. Zariali gives some space to Karun. Now trying to move it through the midfield. Ball's going to get sent far forward and returned immediately. Sever's there waiting on it, though, and as ball moves out to Brishki. Brishki now moving to the far side. Just 10 minutes in, but it feels like it's been 35 minutes already. Down the far side, looking for a cross, pulls it back out. Sever to the back post, and boy, it looks like he was looking for Hodzic. Hodzic with a nice run in, but good defense by Jesenice. Jesenice doing a really good job here, just weathering the storm. Hodzic looking for some room to go through. Todorov and Todorov and Hodzic not quite on the same page right there. And going down early on, boy, that's number 2, Ivan Cherkovic. So Cherkovic goes down. Jesenice have already had to replace one defender because of an injury, and maybe he's up and moving now. Boy, is not sure what was happening there. So 10 minutes into the second half, and it's been all Tabor, but boy, all bad luck as well. Just can't quite get the ball into the back of the net, and you feel like once they can get the ball in the back of the net, maybe a little bit of a relief, honestly. Rose holds off, gets the ball off to, I believe that's Petkov, to the top, to Carroll. Carroll comes across trying to get it back. I couldn't tell if he was trying to get it to Petkov or if he was trying to get it into goal, but it looked like it might have bounced off of, that might be Sever, actually. Might have bounced off of the midfielder running through the middle. Sorry, the glare getting a little bit tough here at the moment. Ball all the way across. It's going to go all the way through as Trigani goes up to defend if there was somebody in. Gets a touch on it, though, so going to be a throw in here as Hodzic steps up for the throw-in. Now they're going to change their mind. Boy, that's unfortunate. They changed their mind. And it's going to be a throw-in to Jesenice. Sever sends the ball back the other way. Todorov wins the ball in the middle before it's just cleared straight up into the air. Petkov trying to win it in the middle, trying to work physically. Petkov not the biggest guy on the field, but boy, that guy wins some physical battles as trying to go through the back of Sever was Kujovic. So a foul's going to be called. Karun's going to get things started off as, boy, they're going to bring it back. I'm not sure if it was because the ball was still rolling or they were trying to make sure that Sever was okay. So Sever is going to turn around and sends it back to Brishke. And we move to the top of the field now. As, boy, a nice cut coming back across to the top. Boy, and unfortunately, pass just goes a little bit errant. Slotchik's going to step up. Boy, I've been forgetting about Slotchik being in the middle of things. I think there's a few times when I've been wondering who that was, and it was Slotchik, actually. Karun coming way forward. Don't usually see him this far forward as gets the ball across to Hodzic. Hodzic now one-on-one on the wing here, trying to find a way to move through. Hodzic, nice job to Rose. Rose trying to hold it up out to Todorov. Todorov's got some space, sends the ball in, and it's immediately sent back out as Cherkovic with a nice job getting a foot on it. Todorov sent a dangerous-looking ball in. Cherkovic puts the boot out there and gets the boot on it. Hodzic, boy, Hodzic with a nice little flick behind himself. Really have seen a lot from Hodzic this game and seen a lot of his creativity as Hodzic wins a corner. Todorov. Todorov's going to head over for the corner kick. As everybody's going to move into the box. Hojic's going to be a deep man. Brishke's into the box. Karun's into the box. Carroll runs for a short corner. Rose right in the middle, as well as, boy, is that Petkov in the middle of the goal as well. Ball sent in, headed across, and it goes in! And the header from, is that Uros Karun? Karun with the header! The big man from the back line steps up and puts it into the corner. My goodness, what a great job on the corner from Todorov. And Tabor go up 1-0. Boy, finally, Tabor is able to find some joy in the back of the net. Boy, as you definitely feel the relief. At the very least, you can feel the relief from the announcer here, as a couple of changes coming onto the field for Jesenice. Get those names for you here in just a moment. So Karoon with his first goal in a Tabor uniform. Congratulations, Yorosh. Coming onto the field, number 15, Tomislav Laden. So Laden onto the field for Jesenice. As well as, boy, number 10 was already on the field. So number 15 onto the field as Tomislav Laden steps in, as they're going to try and find a way to work back in this game. And boy, it doesn't look like Tabor slowing down. Rose holds the ball off. Ball bounced off of the post. Oh my gosh. Ball coming through. A nice job laid off from Rose and running through. That was, boy, was that Petkov, I believe. Ball bounces right off of the post. Ball in now as Petkov trying to send the ball to Rose, and Trigani with the save. Boy, a really nice job as Tabor continued to look dangerous. And I was wondering how this was going to function. Was Tabor, was it going to be the dam breaks and then all of a sudden Tabor can find the back of the net, or was it going to be that they were just going to start laying off and keeping the ball in front of them? To this point, looks like they're just going to try and put some goals up. And honestly, with the ease that they've moved the ball forward, probably the right thing to do. You make sure, you keep your defenders back, but you continue to try to push forward. As all the nice play that they've had to this point. Ball goes way forward. Rose is going to try and hold it up. Rose, boy, it gets sandwiched by two defenders, unable to hold on to that. Nice job, though, Rose keeping it at his feet. And now Todorov. Todorov's going to have an opportunity. Todorov trying to turn, runs into another defender, battling off. And as Cherkovich just kind of stepped in front of him, Todorov trying to get out of the way of that. Now, Jesenice trying to move forward a little bit. This is the way, anybody who watches football knows this is the way that games have a tendency to go. A team can dominate, and then for about 15 to 20 minutes in the second half, the team that's not dominating winds up finding a way to have several pretty good chances. Tabor trying to find a way to prevent that, and maybe even if they're going to allow that, maybe get another goal here. As I know anybody who's wearing the red and black of Tabor would be excited about that. I've seen we've got a few Jesenice fans in the chat today. Welcome. I hope I don't drive you too nuts. This is a Tabor broadcast. I am wearing the red and black of Tabor, but excited to have everybody who's here watching, no matter where you are, who you're cheering for. As the Tabor defense just going to slow things down a little bit. Boy, as the heart rate for everybody is through the roof right now. Now, boy, a runner through. That's Slotchik. Slotchik trying to use that speed and that pace that he's got. Now, boy, right over the top of him. No foul yet. Slotchik continuing to work, though. Carroll now. Carroll's going to send the ball forward to Slotchik. Slotchik looking for the left foot in. Gets it in, and Tregani's right there. Boy, Trigani puts the foot in the ground and then puts a shoulder right into Rose's chest. I think Trigani might have been bracing for Rose to come at him a little bit harder. And a throw in to Jesenice. Nice little bit of skill from Samardzic. Samardzic does a good job moving around Hodzic, but the ball immediately lost. Todorov, and there goes Rose. Boy, Rose goes down quickly. Looks like he got tangled up with one of the defenders, and a ball through is quickly picked up by Trigani. Boy, as he got tangled up with number 17. So 17 is new on the field. So I'm going to find that name for you here in just a minute. Whenever I got a moment to take a look, as that's going to be, Stefan Kričević. That's right. So Kričević came on earlier. I didn't write him down. Kričević was the one that came on for the injured defender early on. As, boy, hard run in there as a foul. And Tabor slowly walked towards the ball. 20 minutes gone here in half number 2, a 1-0 lead for Tabor, trying to find Rose as they're going to call Rose offsides. So an immediate call, everything stops. And looking for Rose far down the field. Jesenice now just trying to move the ball forward a little bit. As they've had some headway here lately, able to move the ball forward. They haven't had anything too promising just yet. Nice job from Chandich. Chandich doing a good job stepping in from behind, playing defense. Chandich now looking to win a ball shoulder to shoulder, won by the new guy, Tomislav, or Layden Tomislav. No, Tomislav Layden, excuse me. Ball in, boy, dangerous looking ball, flicked away. Oh my goodness, so dangerous there in the middle. Hojic comes in, flicks it up, maybe trying to flick it over the goal, flicks it straight up, falls to the foot of, boy, another defender was out there and back, and Zeriali kind of caught in no man's land where there never was an opportunity. Looks like there was only one Jesenice player around though, so boy, good job just to get the ball out. I'm sure I'm the one that's more stressed than anybody. Rose on the run. Rose looking for a one-on-one. Boy, as they're going to call him as he sticks that, they're going to call him for a handball. He tries to get that chest on the ball. Looks like he gets that arm a little bit away from his body as they were trying to get that one-on-one. Boy, would love to see Rose in a one-on-one situation. Rose, there goes Rose winning the ball. Boy, physicality from Rose. Now the ball's going to go up to Carroll. One person in the box. Petkov is in the box. Carroll goes across, and he's going to win the throw-in. Man, as exciting once again after a little bit of a slowdown. We're going to get a throw-in coming from a long way in the back. I believe that's going to be Slotchik. Slotchik's going to take his time. No need to rush here. Defense continuing to look good for Tabor. Still yet to allow a goal this season, and really have done a good job making sure Jesenice just stay in their own half. The last attempt by Jesenice, the best look they've had yet. Ball all the way across. Nobody in the box, and so Todorov outside the box trying to win that second ball. Hojic now comes across. Hojic is going to wind up winning the throw. Boy, is going down hard, and going down hard in that turf area that's number 10, Lazar Ikac. That's not fun to go down in, but now Lazar up and running pretty well, is trying to play a through ball, but Zeriali is going to be there easily to retrieve it. Zeriali now just going to make somebody come up to him before he can pick it up. And he's going to quickly get it out to Uroš Koron. And looking for Rose again. Boy, you can really see the emphasis in trying to find Rose in those one-on-ones, trying to avoid having to go through the middle as Jesenice just packing the middle, making sure that they're trying to go over. And Rose has had some success in the one-on-ones, nothing that has really come just yet. They continue to try it. You got to imagine that Rose is going to break through eventually. Ball down the line, going to be out, throw in to Tabor. As looks like we're going to have a substitution now. And Veil's going to follow the ball. It's not going to follow the substitution.
Iz igre številka 7 Ahmed Albin, v igro številka 14 Zejanović Din. In še ena menjava iz igre številka 10 Ikac Lazar, v igro številka 18 Igan Ervin.
So definitely see number 18 coming on at the bottom of your screen. I believe there were 3 changes there. Number 18, Erwin Trigani, on the field now. We'll take a look, and I'm sure we'll come across more. I appreciate your patience in looking for numbers, as I'm seeing the same thing that you are here on the Veil. I've got a little bit of familiarity after being around the team, so it helps me recognize our team a little bit. Jesenice Just trying to control the ball a little bit. Haven't had a lot of control this game. So trying to control the ball a tad. Tabor trying to make sure everything stays in front of him. Runner through. Boy, nice runner through. Karun's going to try and get a position behind him. And, boy, just off the outside of the boot of Samardzic. Samardzic looking to come around and try and bring a ball to goal. It was a good look. Karun with a nice job backing off and getting in good position rather than trying to go win the ball. Was able to alleviate the danger. Slachik moves the ball forward to Sever. And Sever on to Carroll. Carroll looking for a turn, trying to get the ball back towards the middle of the field. Going to be another throw in. You can see again the changes that Jesenice have made. The sides were definitely the way to go for Tabor early on, as they were going up and down with the wingers and the backs. Jesenice made an adjustment, and now when Karun comes in, they're going to say Karun wins the ball and say does it cleanly. So Karun in the physicality, boy, trying to get Todorov, and unfortunately just can't quite get there. As Todorov was looking for some space. Now it's going the other way. A little bit of a counter here from Jesenice. And a nice job coming from behind. Boy, who was that? That was a great job coming from deep. Maybe Petkov, honestly, as Petkov might have gotten forward a little bit. Now Petkov looks like he's playing a little bit more of the attacking mid position, standing in the box quite a bit. And another ball, looking for another ball through. But Zeriali, they're waiting on it. Zeriali, once again, is going to make sure that somebody comes up just to make him pick up the ball. 26 minutes down. Less than halfway to go here in the second half. 1-0 lead for Tabor. As Chandish going to move the ball back to Brishki. Brishki out to Slachik now. And the ball goes forward. Looks like Rose and Carroll were both coming towards the ball. The ball was going over their heads, so now trying to win it back. Nice job by Rose. Rose creating some problems as Tregani's got to send the ball wide, sends it almost up into the stands. Boy, as Rose created some issues, and Tregani had to come out of the box. And we're going to get a substitution now. Looks like for Sever. So Jan Krantz is going to come on for Leon Sever. Nice game from Leon Sever. Boy, we saw him, especially early on in the game, creating a lot of really good opportunities. As, boy, his experience really starting to show through as this game goes on. But Kreitz now on the field. We've seen some really promising things from Kreitz. We've seen a goal recently from him, but also we've just seen some great play. Came in at the end of the Gorica game and really did a good job with his movement. Gave some fresh legs and some quality at the end of a very physical, long, tiring game. So Kreitz looking to try to get in the mix here. As looks like Todorov might drop back a little bit, and Kreitz will function in that position that Todorov was in. So Todorov may take over in the midfield for Sever. Kreitz is going to run up, and boy, tries to make it a little difficult on Tregani. Tregani goes out and kind of took his time. He was out of his box, couldn't use his hands. Nice job by Kreitz as Todorov and Rose trying to close down a little bit. And a throw in. That ball's going to roll away. Kreitz just more than happy to let it roll for a while. Throw in comes to Petkov. Petkov looking for Kreitz down the line, but just, Hodges looking for Kreitz down the line. And that ball's going to be into touch, so a throw for Jesenice. Karun to Brishki. Brishki's closed down quickly, though. Brishki goes wide. Boy, and caught in between a little bit between Carroll and Slachik. Slachik tries to find Rose. Boy, tough is trying to slip it through there. But caught in between, looked like it was going to be Stanjevich. Stanjevich had a tough decision to make. Does he close down Slachik? Does he run with Carroll? Kind of got caught up in the middle, and unfortunately, Tabor unable to take advantage of the indecisiveness. they're going to try and play out of the back. Hey, nice job. Ball's going to go straight up there. Unfortunately, goes straight back to the defender that it was knocked away from by Todorov. A great job from Todorov. You know, I thought Todorov might be dropping back into the midfield. He actually looks like he's more, even more in attacking position than he was initially. Moore went from he was in kind of a winger position, maybe a attacking midfielder. Now all of a sudden he's almost in a forward position. And another throw in here for Tabor. You're hearing the kids in the background with the Tabor chant. Always fun to hear the kiddos. Very family-friendly atmosphere in Sejana. Again, if you've never been to Sejana, I would certainly recommend a trip there. Rose, boy, Rose is going to get called for a foul. Rose not really happy about it either. There's been some physical play with Rose this game. He's done a good job, but has had a few fouls. He earned a card earlier in the game in a challenge with Trigani. Kreintz closing down on the outside with Cherkovic. And Jesenice now looking for an opportunity as with a 1-0 lead, Tabor have actually kind of turned up the pressure in their attacking third when they don't have the ball. So trying to make life a little difficult and force Jesenice to bring numbers back to try to get the ball through the midfield. You see Rose and Todorov, when nice run through, pulling the ball back. Here's Carroll. Carroll with that good speed takes a bump from behind, and we're going to get a foul and a kick and a card. So newly onto the field, Tomislav Ladin, he earns a card for the foul on Carroll from behind. The Veo camera is going to follow Chandic over here as everybody gets set up. So we're going to get a good look at Chandic with the water bottle. Nice form, but setting up in the middle of the field. And not a ton of people are going to be going for a position. So it looks like we're going to get Rose and Karun are going to be trying to follow up if Trigani doesn't field this cleanly. We're going to get a couple of runners in trying to get the bounce, but Slacic and trying to see who that is with the right foot over the ball. Probably who's going to wind up taking this. The sun in the back kind of preventing. Oh, a nice shot. A little high, though, as dangerous, but couldn't quite get it to drop in time. Looking for that dip and couldn't quite get it. So score continues to be 1-0. Tabor with that high press as Jesenice trying to play out of the back. Rose takes off, and Rose puts a lot of pressure on. Ball's going to go off of Rose. Going to be a throw-in down in the corner. Going to have another substitution. See who this is going to be coming onto the field.
Karole Kenan v igro številka 91 Pantelič Pijan. In še ena menjava iz igre številka 27 Medic Slaček Matevš. Do igro številka 4 Melčev Nikola.
So Tijan Pantelic comes on. It looks like he's coming on for Medic Slacic. And Nikolai Nechev is coming on for, I believe, Uroš Karun. So a couple of guys that we haven't seen come out of the lineup much are going to get a little bit of a breather here with about 12 minutes to go in this game. Pantelic back onto the field. Nice to see Pantelic onto the field. A dangerous goal-scoring threat himself. Nechev is going to take that big man role in the back. Hodzic is going to send the ball all the way back to Zeriali. As Tabor looking to move the ball forward a little bit here. Now on the run. Boy, is that Pantelic. You see the tall legs of Pantelic on the run. Moves the ball through, looking for Rose. As the ball's going to be sent back the other direction. Chandic is going to go to ground, and he's going to get a card as another yellow here for Chandic. Not another for Chandic, another yellow for Tabor. I believe that's 4 on the game. As Chandich with the yellow card. He's played pretty well today, but you can see in losing the ball on such a speedy attack, ball turns around, and he's just trying to make sure that they don't give up the equalizer on the ball when they're down a couple of men. Send the ball back to Trigani. Trigani's going to lose the ball on the front side, though. And coming across now, looking for an opportunity. Right foot, boy, going to bounce off of Rose, unfortunately. Boy, Rose on the runner through. Unfortunately, in the middle of it there. Kreintz now with an opportunity. Kreintz trying to get a turn. Nice defense, going to send him back out. Hojic looking for an opportunity as Kreintz goes to the middle and taken away. And a corner is going to be conceded, though. Nice job running through. I believe that was Chandich running down into the box. Nice look from Kreintz as Hojic and Kreintz kind of got right on top of each other. So going to move here into a corner as Tabor looking to try to make this 2-0 here. Todorov is going to go back for the corner. And everybody's coming into the box. A nice corner last time. Yarosh Karun earned his first goal in a Tabor uniform. They're going to try and find somebody else this time. Ball across, headed out. Todorov is there waiting, though. They're going to try and send the ball back in. And a low ball, boy, a little bit over the top. Fighting is Kreintz. And Kreintz trying to get a ball out to Todorov, but it's going to go and they're going to call offsides, actually. So they're going to move the ball back up on the offsides. Well, excuse me, they're going to give it the goal kick. I thought I saw the offsides flag. It's incorrect. So Trigani is just going to send everybody forward. He said, enough with this playing out of the back stuff. Kreintz, nice athleticism, goes up. Chandich moves the ball to the far side, trying to run it down. I believe that's Pantelich. Excuse me, Karun's still on. Okay, so Nechev came on for Slachik. Pantelich came on for Carroll. Boy, I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize. Thought I saw Karun going off. So Pantelich playing up where Carroll was. Running through is Todorov. Todorov, boy, nice defense, but going to get a throw in. Again, we see Cherkovich called his name a lot more lately here in this second half as Cherkovich really having to work hard against Todorov. Todorov, and that work rate, you see, creating a lot of chances. Cherkovich having to show up a ton more. Throw in here from Hojic. Hojic to Rose. Rose goes to the corner, and Rose is going to play in the corner for a little while. As going to be a throw in, and the throw in is going to go to, well, it looks like the throw in. Rose is going to go down hard. Throw in is going to go to Jesenice, but Rose takes a shot. Excuse me, no, well, is it going to be a throw or a corner here? Right, I need to have external control of the veil to move it over. So it's going to be a corner. I apologize, boy. I guess the fuzzy screen got me a little bit. So going to be a corner here. So nice job by Rose earning a corner. Todorov goes out for the corner. Tabor looking for an opportunity, trying to go 2-0 here. 10 minutes left to go in this game. Ball comes across, and boy, just over. Maybe a little bit off of a shoulder. Couldn't tell who that was, but you saw the ball cleanly hit by, I believe it was cleanly hit by Tabor, but just kind of bounced up and over in a difficult situation. And so Jesenice quickly moving forward, trying to get rolling. Nice job by Kreintz. Kreintz steps in front. Rose with some opportunities. Rose goes for goal and goes right to the feet of Trigani. Boy, I think Rose would have loved to get that ball a little bit more to the corner. Probably trying to get to that top left corner. Trigani there waiting on it as the ball kind of came right to his feet. And Jesenice now trying to move the ball forward. Nechev back. Nechev and Brisky are going to combine. Nechev does a good job walling off his defender for a goal kick. And Zeriali going to have an opportunity to send the ball forward. So Nechev playing in that position that Slachik was in. Nechev, one of the faster guys on the team, so you're going to get a chance. All right, well, he fills the Slachik role well. May not get a chance to see him running up and down with the way this game's starting to play out. Karun's going to move the ball down to Hojic. High press as Jesenice trying to win a ball back. Rose with the header. Tries to get to Todorov, just right to the defender, though. And ball bouncing around. Brischke with a good job in the middle. Pantelic with a nice job winning this ball. We saw Carroll working really hard. Pantelic doing a good job as well. Pantelic tries to get a ball to Rose, just out of the reach of Rose. Todorov trying to run through as well, but going to be a foul. So physical play on the backside. Pantelic doing a good job winning that ball in the back. We've seen Tian Pantelic be very effective before and continue to add some weapons to the Tabor attack, which continues to increase depth. Hojic to Kreintz. Kreintz tries to slip it back through to Hojic. Stepping in front, though, I believe that was going to be Cherkovic once again. As Chandic shows off his skills with the dribble before moving on to Hojic. About 5 minutes left to go here in this game. Hojic trying to go long to Kreintz, backs it off. Rose with a nice job using that body. Little heavy touch on the way to Kreintz, but back to Rose. Rose goes to the middle, a little too high for Pantelic, who was running through. Pantelic looking for a ball to the near post as Rose a little bit too high. Those two trying to link up. Karun with a nice job moving the ball forward now. Karun finding himself in a forward position, looking to move the ball through. Sends it forward, looking for that runner in. Todorov, I believe, was trying to get into the box as Karun leads him just a bit too much. Nice job getting around the corner. Tabor trying to shut down an attack here. 4 minutes left to go in this game as Nechev's going to wind up with the ball. Nechev sends it back out to Pantelic. Pantelic to Rose now. And Rose, boy, Kreintz with the right foot and going up. Boy, Trigani with another save. Boy, Trigani definitely racking up the save stats. Goes up and snatches that ball out of the air. And a foul on Chandic. Chandic a little confused, like the ball's right here. I won the ball. And they're going to say that Chandic with a challenge he wasn't allowed to make. 3 minutes left to go in this game. Jesenice feeling the pressure, trying to get the ball forward as Tabor trying to maintain that solid defense that they've had. Cherkovic sends the ball in. Karun sends it right back to Cherkovic as they're just playing catch at the moment. Cherkovic trying to find another ball in. Karun's going to follow out the forward. And the ball goes to the corner, looking for a cross. Right-footed cross coming in. Zeriali does a good job going up, makes the catch, falls on top of it. Boy, a really good job from Zeriali. He's going to make sure that everybody gets clear and away before he sends the ball out. Boy, if Jesenice might have had somebody next to Zeriali, that could have gotten really dangerous in a hurry as that ball went right to him. Hojic moves the ball forward, looking for Rose. Rose was moving to his left as Hojic went to his right. And now a dangerous-looking ball. Good job from Hojic coming back. Boy, as you see the disappointment there in Sinan Samardzic, as Samardzic was trying to link up with, I believe that's Trigoni. And Hojic did a great job coming back through the middle to take that ball away from behind. As the pass forward rolls all the way to Trigani. Trigani quickly moving the ball out. Kreintz. Boy, Kreintz going to get called for a foul, and they're quickly going to go down to the bottom of the screen. Now working up through the bottom of the screen. Samardzic just looking for an opportunity. Maybe not too many opportunities left. Hasn't been a ton of stoppages outside of a couple of substitutions and one goal. Ball sent forward and off the top of the boot. Boy, unhappy is Armin Talic. Talic tries to send the ball forward. Gonna get another substitution. Martin Asic Piazza is going to come on for Todorov. So a nice job from Krasimir Todorov today. He's got a assist on a corner kick, but Martin Asic Piazza on to try to give them some fresh legs here right at the end and see if Asic Piazza can make a difference, solidify maybe the defense up front a little bit, as he's going to certainly bring in some, bring in a little bit more height. Boy, is going right through the back of Rose. Boy, Rose is hurting. Rose is taking a beating this game. And you see a lot of times these physical center forwards wind up taking as much of a beating as anybody else, and Rose has certainly felt that today. He's been slow to get up several times. Good to see him getting back up, though. Rose, certainly a promising young player, continuing to grow into the type of player that he is. There's the whistle, and the ball's going to be sent forward. We're now in stoppage time. 1-0 as Rose trying to get to the corner. Ball's going to be sent back out, now back across Asic Piazza. Bounces off of Talic, and now on the run. This is Asic Piazza brought in with those fresh legs, just to let him run around in the front and create a bunch of havoc with Jesenice as they're trying to move the ball forward. Jesenice send the ball down to the bottom of your screen. Cherkovic, Kreintz on top of him, trying to make the ball go backwards. As Tabor doing a good job sending the ball backwards. Now ball going forward, and a header from Karun. Good job from Karun. And the throw in to Jesenice. Karun not really excited about that, but Jesenice with the throw in. And a card. Oh boy, Hojic with a card. So now another card for Tabor, as I guess they're going to say that it was time wasting for Hojic. I can't really tell, couldn't really see what happened. But Hojic gets a card, and I believe that's 6 cards now for Tabor this game. Goodness, long throw in into the box, headed away, and boy, that ball dangerous. As right foot into the box, Zeriali makes the save and falls on top of it. Boy, let's hope that's the last moment of my heart sinking down into my stomach that we wind up getting. Nice job from Zeriali being in the right place at the right time. Sends the ball forward, and it's going to be a throw in to Jesenice. We're just waiting for that final whistle now, as we're in stoppage time. How much stoppage time was there this half? And another ball going to get sent way out. Jesenice with another throw. Just trying to lock down here on the defensive side of things. Kreintz, boy, Kreintz unfortunately trying to kill that ball in front of him. Ball bounces off and back to Jesenice. Petkov with a good job trying to win that ball, forces it to go to the outside. Now maybe the last attempt here for Jesenice. Send a long ball in. Zeriali goes up. Nice job from Zeriali taking the ball out of the air. As the official maybe just gonna allow Zeriali to send this ball as far forward as he possibly can before we hear the whistle. And once again, another ball forward, and that's the final whistle. Tabor with a 1-0 victory. Boy, and amazing to call it a 1-0, but dominating victory, as easily could have been 4 or 5-0. A great game, though, from Trigani. Keeps a lot of balls out of the goal, as 3 points at home, the Reika Stofa Stadion for Tabor. Congratulations to Yoros Karun on his first goal in a Tabor jersey. Boy, Tabor looked dominating from beginning to end. Maybe just a few nervous moments for those of us that are some high-strung Tabor fans, but a great job for Tabor. Hey, everybody that's been listening, thank you so much. I appreciate you sticking around through a few of the technical issues, continuing to try to create a great viewing experience for you. Guys, I'm Kyle Shipp, and for everybody here with Tabor, go Tabor!